leader as a jungler. Moon on the opposite side, though, as a jungler, has the lowest kills pre-15 minutes, lowest assists, lowest kill participation, and he's second in deaths.
It's definitely a struggle then to see, and I know the analyst has talked about that, is how is going to be the Dardoch Moon matchup. That was the one that had to be equalized for NRG to have a shot here. And the bans have come through very quickly. This team's doing a ton of research. Sivir off the board already. Wasn't even picked or banned yesterday in North America, but this one around, much more important. No Kindred for Moon, a champion he's played plenty of. Also, no surprise to see a red side Nidalee ban getting that away from Dardoch.
Yeah, Lee Sin is up. You know, Dardoch has had a lot of success on the champion. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to see that today.
Yeah, that's why I don't think you're going to see that. You're going to see a Gragas first pick here. It's a flex pick, of course. And picking your jungler first, you really don't have to right now because there's so much up for Dardoch, but this is the champion they wanted to go with. Maybe they're setting up for an Azir composition. Maybe they're setting up for something with Disengage and Engage, multiple AD carry as well.
Yeah, and as you said, Gragas can flex to that top lane. We did see it yesterday, and it's something that's been coming out more and more along with the Tank Echo that Kobe was hoping to see.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of new tanks coming out, people realizing. Of course, Echo has gotten some buffs over the last month or so, cooldown on the Q, cooldown on the E, and turns out that when you can spam abilities that have high base damages, you work out pretty well as a tank.
He's also really good against Maokai in the top lane. He was the counter beforehand. You built him with some AP. His base damages are so high in the cooldown that you talked about. He's really good into tank top laners, and he builds tank himself. So fills that role while dealing damage.
The next picks right here for NRG I think are no surprise at all. Elise is almost always Moon's next go-to, but they're actually going to hover off that for now and take some time, do something else. Maokai actually picked very early on here in the top lane. Of course, Nautilus is still up, so is Trundle as the other sort of tops we think about as tanks, but also the early pick on Lucian with only Sivir off the table. Highly prioritized enough to be first-round red side.
Yeah, Maokai, not a big surprise to me here for Impact. You know, it just recently got buffed. It's a fair bit stronger, and he was even playing it before then. So,
yeah, he was.
You know, with the added strength, the MR per level should help him out in the top lane.
And there we go. We see the Echo locked in, which was typically the counter to the Maokai I talked about. That's most likely going to the top lane there with Dardoch. He has played Echo jungle, though, so it's still a flex pick here as well, so we don't know exactly where these two picks are going to be going.
Makes it very interesting. I also like the Janna pickup, honestly, as Matt was talking about. Generally speaking, when you play League of Legends, in most supports, you have to lead as a support. You have to make the engage. You have to go in first. You're the tankier one. You're sort of more bursty. And when you play a champion like Janna or Braum, the other champion that Matt's been playing a lot of, you get to react to your AD carry a little bit more. You get to let Piglet lead, and you can make those first moves because Janna can just immediately jump on top of that with the shield. You're not a hard-to-engage champion anyway, and it helps actually shortcut some of the difficulties you might have with a less experienced support.
Yeah, a great combo with Janna as well has been Caitlyn. It's something that Piglet has really liked a lot throughout the season.
Yeah, we did see some Janna nerfs, though. The early game shield as well as the knockback for disengage is down 0.25 seconds on the disable, but this is one of the most successful champions for Matt. I love it when he's on this champion because he can make the calls and he can peel for Piglet and keep that star safe. And the big thing about Janna is he's undefeated on it as well. He's 4-0.
Well, you can see the next few picks coming through here as they hover the Vayne, which I'm not sure is going to come through, but either way, Trundle as well as the Rek'Sai in. So Trundle support into Janna, interesting choice. Rek'Sai jungle for Moon, actually. It's not going to be Elise after all. Meanwhile, Kalista plus Azir.
Azir for Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's back. He didn't get to play it during the regular season at all, and now he gets to play it here in the playoffs. It was a big thing for him before. You didn't want to have Phoenix get that Azir. It became ban-worthy last year, but we're going to see it game one.
I mean, everyone remembers the 1v4 quadra kill in the bot lane. That was absolutely insane. So Phoenix definitely a sick Azir.
I hope that Mouse is real. We actually cast that as a practice cast game.
Yeah.
We cast a Malzahar game last week. I forget who he was into, but quick call out there from GBM.
Into Ryze.
Into Ryze it was, thank you. I knew it was a short-range champion you could sort of outdistance, so probably not so likely in this matchup. GBM still to decide what his champ is going to be. Definitely a hefty front line here. Trundle plus Rek'Sai plus Maokai. They need, I think, a high-damage mid laner to make this comp actually work out, but Azir's off the table.
I mean, Orianna would be pretty nice here. They have a lot of ball delivery with the Rek'Sai, with the Maokai. You know, you're able to get that ball onto the Maokai, you know, jump on the carry and take them out. And this is something you have the lockdown CC plus the ult for the Kalista.
And it's also the champion that GBM fell in love with when he started playing League of Legends and climbed up the ladder. It's the champion that he ground over and over and over again. And everybody was saying when he joined the LCK, this guy's Orianna is really sick. Don't let him have it.
The champion's definitely, I think, most known for in a positive sense, but he's only played it, I believe, once all split, actually, and it was a loss to Impulse, so for some reason didn't quite find success with it. But the comp is all in place. plenty of tanks on both sides here, but the Phoenix Azir, the GBM Orianna, probably the two most known champions of these guys.
It's funny because he played it against Impulse and lost, but he was 5-1-3 in that loss. So he still had a fantastic scoreline with an 8 KDA, despite it not being a victory for that squad.
We are here at the end of Pick and Ban. No big surprises. Yes, it's Trundle support. Yes, it's Maokai top. Yes, it's Gragas in the jungle with Echo in the top lane for the Liquid side. Not really big surprises either way, but yes, we're back on a comfort here. We're on a composition that we know and kind of expect from all of these players. Not really carry jungles on either side, for that's worth. They're actually back on tanks here, which maybe is slightly better for NRG overall, but it's going to be an interesting one. A best of 5 now on the board here. Liquid, they got to win to keep themselves in the top 4. NRG, of course, looking to do the same. We're going to see who can do it. You guys at home? You're part of the show always. Tweet at LCS eSports with hashtag TLWin or hashtag NRGWin for which team you think it's going to be. Many people say Liquid are the favorites, analyst desk people at home included, but this is the time to show which team is going to be the one. Best of 5 starts right now in the North American LCS quarterfinals. Who's going to make top 4?
And looking at the two compositions coming out here, TL with an Azir composition, they have multiple disengage and zone control champions, as well as a bit of safety, so this composition can actually wait to scale up, but they do have some dive potential with the 4 members, with excluding Phoenix, who actually doesn't do a whole lot during the early game.
Yeah, and I'm going to be really interested to see if TL can actually get the 2v2. Piglet has had the biggest goal differential between AD carries at 10 minutes. He's had one of the second highest CS differentials at 10, and Altec has actually been the lowest in the league at both respects. So if they can get the 2v2, it could propel them to victory, but he's going to get caught here, perhaps.
Yeah, well, we're going to watch as the teams move forward. Dardoch right in front of the wings, Moon spotting him as well, and yeah, up on the Moon they go. Phoenix putting some damage in. Of course, NRG pushing aggressively into the jungle and still looking to maybe be cut off. Matt looking for a tornado off on the wall.
Body slam.
Does hit Moon. Body slam, flash in, plenty of damage. Exhaust on Altec. He burns. The E actually learns Relentless Pursuit to run away relentlessly. Wow, another body slam lands. Summoner Heal hits up Moon. A couple hits will do it. One more! And they're gonna get first blood. What a way to start the series.
What a play
Liquid.
from Dardoch. The 3-man body slam back-to-back. Incredible stuff.
And that showed that NRG, they knew they have to blind invade to get lane swap wards because they don't want to be in a 2-on-2 against Piglet and Altec. But right now, Piglet's keeping them under turret. They can't back.
Talk about 2-on-2s. How about Trundle and Maokai stuck together against this Janna and Kalista? Either way, you're late to your lane.
Yeah, but it is going to be a 2-on-1 here, so TL do not get the 2-on-2 right off the bat. And I want to talk about where that first blood went, because it went to Lorlo in the top lane on that Echo, which counters Maokai later on. So now that he's ahead of Impact and Gold, that's the big thing that NRG had, was they had Impact experience over the rookie Lorlo, and now that's going to be equalized a little bit off of that first blood.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. You know, the one thing that NRG has going for them, more summoners were burned on the side of TL, maybe hoping to capitalize on something there, but definitely not the start you're hoping for if you're NRG.
Really not. Now the purchase goes in towards the Ruby Crystal. Lorlo has the Corrupting Potion from the beginning of the game, and now just adding health. So obviously, yes, a tank build coming in for him. And we watch as the level 1 and the lane swap evolves, and Piglet is actually alone entirely.
Yeah. They're putting Matt down into the bottom lane. Piglet, he can just one-on-one in that top lane, no problem.
He's 1v0ing.
But right now, you can see Trundle, bottom side of the map. Maokai's running down. They're going 4-man onto the bottom side here for NRG. They might be looking for a dive. We'll have to see what happens here, because we know flashes, all 5 are down on Team Liquid's side.
They're all down, but I think they can, and they think they're going to try to defend this 3v4. Dardoch is now in the south jungle right now. They've got top laner plus support there already.
TP.
And yeah, there's in fact TPing, realizing they cannot get the dive to work. And now we have a lane swap we don't see very much in North America.
Yeah, it's really odd. It just happened mostly because of what happened in that beginning of the game. Impact needed to back. We saw that he would decide to make a play down bottom. And this is another thing that NRG have struggled with, is that communication with Impact and where he's going to go in the early game. We saw him get dove on Trundle before and die very early on in the game. And now we're seeing something where he just missed out on experience for a while, and he's even further behind.
Yeah, Dardoch with a little bit of BM there, laughing at the pillar. But yeah, and I think Liquid, it's also one of those things where they're kind of hoping to just keep the lanes going as long as possible. They don't want to let NRG out of it, and we'll see if they do end up like swapping Piglet around and trying to eventually get back into that 2v2.
Yeah, we're talking about now it's a 2-on-2 in the bottom lane with the top laner, but this is on Moon because all flashes are down on TL. Moon is the worst early game jungler in the entire league. He has to make some moves here and get an advantage for his squad, or else that first blood that went over to TL was practically for free.
Absolutely, yeah. Nothing's really getting punished right now. The cooldown's now 2 minutes left on the flashes here. Piglet thankfully had a Trinket Ward that spotted Rek'Sai coming up, so no gank's going to happen there. I think his Rek'Sai Maokai could do plenty of damage on a flashless Kalista. I'm actually surprised he didn't die.
Yeah, you have flash on the Maokai as well. And Dardoch's going to bully Moon out of his jungle.
Yeah, and I mean, Dardoch saw he's up a level, saw he was up on HP as well from Moon getting spotted there, and he's able to bully him out and even extend that lead. So a great early advantage here for Dardoch, and now this is making Impact have to play safe knowing Gragas is topside.
Yeah, and we keep talking about these rookies and these veteran players. A big thing about the rookie factor when you come into playoffs, there are 10 players in this game, 5 of them are rookies. If the rookies are able to actually perform under pressure, and we see which ones it does take them some time for this high pressure situation to adjust, that's the difference. And TL with Matt and Dardoch, they look very adjusted to the pressure. We saw it during the regular season, and so far it's carrying over to playoffs in the first few minutes. Nobody seems panicked, but Moon, once again, it seems like his regular season performance, and it doesn't look like he's stepped up completely just yet. He's missing opportunities.
Yep, across the board, TL looking good though. You know, up 8 CS, 9 CS in the mid lane, up a couple in the AD carry role, and you know, twice the CS right now for Lorelo. So things looking really good for TL across the board.
Right, first blood is worth 500 gold. There's a diminished assist pool in the first few minutes of the game, so 400 plus 100 was the pool, but the gold lead itself, 1,500, right?
Yeah,
it's like
1,500.
a ridiculous extra 1,000 gold just from the farming, like, early game here in the lanes. Liquid definitely getting out to such a wonderful start here, and yeah, it's on NRG to at some point find a way to turn that around.
Yeah, it's mostly that top lane. First blood to Lorelo, so he has that gold advantage, and then just picking up CS in a safe lane. Echo, it's kind of strange to call it a safe lane, but he was relatively safe against Conquan and Altec, who we have known historically. You talked about it, Azale. They are the worst in 2-on-2s.
Yep.
So it doesn't seem to extend even further if they go into another 2-on-2 with a top laner.
Yeah, I mean, Piglet's heading top, so they're going to actually end up in that 2-on-2 that they really were hoping.
TL really want that.
Yeah, TL was really hoping for this, and they're finally going to get it. We'll see if Moon's going to be able to do anything, as he has been kind of hanging around the top side for quite a while, and Dardoch is just busy farming it up. He's getting further and further ahead on XP and gold.
Yep. All flashes are back up now for the Team Liquid squad. So Moon, he missed his window there to actually make a play. And now he's going to have to wait or force one and get more flashes out. Looks like he's heading towards that top lane, though. Just edging towards it as he does the Krugs.
Yeah, so far, just been the farm game. We haven't seen any of the ganks be actually successful here, and as all the flashes are back up, we're basically back on equal footing in terms of actual power. You can see that fight coming in. Piglet just getting a few autos in, popping W pass, but look at the damage to the Conquan. This is a really good trade. Nearly picks off Altec. He didn't have to burn Summoner Heal, but certainly plenty of damage dealt there.
That was brutal, and this is what we're seeing is the superiority of Piglet in the 2-on-2. This guy is a monster, and he leads the entire league in CS, or not actually CSD, in gold in a 2-on-2 at 10 minutes, averaging 346 more than his opponent, which is practically a kill. It is a kill. He gets a kill in lane more often than not.
Which is horrifying. I mean, it's basically saying on average he's just going to kill you straight up in the 2-on-2, so it doesn't go well, but Impact going to have to flash out of there in the bot lane. A little bit of pressure used there by Dardoch, and when you consider he still has his ult available, that's something that they could look for with the return gank.
Absolutely, yeah. Flashless Maokai, definitely not a hard person to kill here. Lorelo, plenty of damage on his own kit. Spectre's Cowl first up going tanky, but really can't be too afraid of this one. His ability power comes in for Dardoch. Moon is going to get counter jungle. Good by him. Notices that Dardoch's on the other side of the map and will take away a blue buff. Hey, that's good things.
Handing it off. Good junglers.
Looks like he will, yeah. Command attack comes through. GBM, of course, doing all the hard work. No surprise that Dardoch and Phoenix doing the exact same thing here. Once he came to that side of the map, he knew he had map control, and that was well played. Once again, an attempt coming in. The Janna knock up on a Conquan who did not flash away until after he gets knocked up. Gets over the wall, will survive.
Yeah, but heal and flash has to be burned.
Yeah.
And, you know, an even bigger advantage is opening up here in this 2v2 for Liquid. And this is without their jungler coming. This is without, you know, Dardoch, who still has his ultimate and his flash available.
Yeah, sure. Dardoch just goes through mid. They zone GBM off of the creeps. He has to go all the way around, and they take the Raptors while they're at it. So even more CS coming around here. And Dardoch's actually hanging out on this side. He's got the ward down.
And he spots GBM. GBM actually going to get hit up right now. Plenty of damage coming through on him. Doesn't have quite the burst to kill him, but gets Shockwaves back into the distortion. Explosive cast, a disengage, but now Conquan missing flash, might have a hard time to get in this one.
TP.
Dardoch, great body slam over the wall. TP coming in, also the Rek'Sai ulti, a knockback comes in from Phoenix's Azir, but there is nowhere else for Dardoch to go. Burns his own flash, try to get away, but Moon has re-engaged this one, and will finally get a kill on the board for NRG, so finally, something answered.
Yeah, fantastic collapse there by NRG. Dardoch getting a little too greedy there, trying to chunk out GBM, and GBM saying, slow down, you're not that strong, and is able to have the collapse, so great job. Does cost them their TP, but well worth it.
Yeah, it was actually interesting because Conquan, after he had backed from getting chunked in the top lane, immediately headed there. He went through the base gates even before they had seen Dardoch open up onto GBM.
Big damage on a Piglet. Nice play right there. You could see that with those few seconds of Matt not being in lane, they chunked the Kalista down to half, but he's okay again.
Yeah, you can see Conquan's already on his way, going through the base gate. And then GBM gets opened up on and says, well, I'm just going to stall this. And then Conquan gets in range, throws down the pillar, stalls him a little bit. And then the TP and the ultimate here, double globals used to pin down Dardoch from 4 angles. Oh, that's just a nightmare right there. I have nowhere to go.
Yeah, what a great collapse, and a great TP coming in right in time as well. Even though Impact didn't get to be part of the kill, it cut off one of the retreat routes that Dardoch would have had. So an unofficial assist for Impact, sadly, as KDA will not reflect that, but don't worry, Impact, I got you. I know you were part of that one after all.
Oh, man. Phoenix just looking at his CS here because he's got an advantage, and I was just checking on that lane.
Oh, man.
He was at 102 at 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, he's doing real well.
He's farming very efficiently on this Azir, and all the action that TL makes usually happens in the side lanes. So they leave Phoenix on an island. And just to throw like another statistic out there, out of 52 players in the league, Phoenix in kill participation is number 48. There are only 3 players who participate in less early game action than Phoenix.
Yeah, no, but he participates in a lot of minion deaths.
Yes,
that's
that
his
is
style.
the big thing for him.
Yep.
Yeah, worth pointing out, though, you know, Lorlo with the first blood, not able to really get much more of any advantage in this 1v1 matchup. He's had it for quite some time, and Impact is holding strong. I mean, Impact even TPing away from the lane has actually closed the CS differential from early levels.
Right. So good for him. Well, okay. Bit of a... Basically, Urgot was in that game. They just swapped positions hyperkinetically right there.
Nobody got feared, though.
One tunnel, that's true, yeah. That's okay. The top side is going to be the punishment here. Dardoch showing up. They know Rex is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they already got turret. They know that Conquan doesn't have flash, so if Dardoch actually does want to go for a body slam knock in, then it's possible, but it looks like they're just going after the turret for some damage, and they're just going to back off because GBM has the inside track.
This is so weird, though. They had TP up from Lorlo. I feel like they could have went for the tower dive play, dropped the ward gun and got him into that one, but that wasn't the play they went for there. Just for some turret damage, the steal on the Krugs and the re-engage top side. Someone's going to eventually have to bail this lane out, though. That turret is low.
Yeah, GBM
Fears?
keeps kind of like cheating up towards top side, but deciding to go back towards mid lane. Moon going to help them out and just try to clear up the wave. But, you know, TL feeling like they don't really need to force anything. They're being able to continue extending this lead.
Yeah, they got a turret in the top lane that's unanswered, so you don't have to go super aggressive and get another and be very greedy for it. Now you set up in this top side jungle, you put all your wards down because now you have a deeper ward line that's available due to that top turret being down, and then you take it pretty much by following the game plan of, oh, just go back and forth and find that advantage, find that opening, and here it is.
And the game plan for the top side, I'll take Jukes away, but again, this turret dangerously low on health. Janna knocked around with a pillar, but still gets the turret. The 2-on-2 lane has knocked down 2 turrets in a row. Liquid disengaging pretty cleanly.
And GBM's still not there in time, and he's going back and forth. His turret's slowly taking damage.
Yeah, and I mean, he's falling behind on CS quite a lot. He's down 26 CS, but here comes Impact. Oh, the ultimate out from Phoenix is...
As a flash from Impact, too.
Pretty easy disengage there. Phoenix presses R, and Impact lost way longer of cooldowns with no gain to be had. Phoenix back to farming as though nothing ever happened.
30 CS up now.
And a 3,000
He's looking for Raptors, but he's fighting Moon for them.
Yeah, and I mean, the Bork is now completed on Piglet, so that's going to be a pretty big power spike for him if he can, you know, get onto someone. You know, it gives him a lot more dealing power.
Certainly. I mean, this is just very rough right here. This is a Liquid game that's snowballing pretty quickly. You heard Dardoch talk about it in the interview before the game, the feature we played. Sometimes the game just is won by Piglet and Matt. The game is over because of those two. And okay, certainly First Blood helps and whatnot, and there's other plays to be made, but almost all this gold lead is Piglet and Matt.
The advantages have been taken in the 2v2. They took both those turrets top lane. Those are the only turrets down off the map, and now they're going to rotate bot. They're going to look to repeat. And unless NRG can start doing something about this, they need to be able to stop this. It's just seeming like this inevitability that's going to happen.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you put Lorlo in that top lane, you make sure that he's just going to shove it in over and over again, put Impact on the back foot, eventually, find a freeze when it bounces back if you can, and look for a TP play in the meantime. So TL, they'll most likely make a play bot side map, try to get this turret, and middle turret is very close to going down as well.
Ooh, nice knock up by Matt. Stops the culling a little bit early, but the minion wave is still cleared. Yeah, you talked about the mid lane, and that one's taking plenty of damage as well from Phoenix, winning his matchup so far by almost 30 minions, 20 and change at least. Conquan can't quite knock down the turret. Phoenix still just plays the farm game. And ooh, wow, nice. The threat of body slam flash made GBM flash early, and a good bait by Dardoch. Have to burn the summoner.
Lolo from behind.
Plenty of damage coming in into this one. Gonna try to get the slow to come through on the backside of Q. Will do so. GBM. Ooh, okay. Lorlo flashes out from the shotgun. Didn't want to burn ult for that one, but now
Phoenix
he is injured.
Chunked.
Impact wants in. Yeah, Phoenix took some turret damage, I believe, on that run.
Good Q by Lorlo, though, going to slow Impact down, allowing Phoenix to get out, but another close call. I mean, GBM, both summoners down. Impact did have to TP, but not able to really get too much.
Yeah, Phoenix took 4 turret shots. He ran up, and then he had to walk backwards because Impact had TP'd to that tier 2.
But here comes the other half of it. NRG knew they had the health bar lead, walked into the bot jungle, looked to make a play, but sadly they got sniffed out too early, and they don't get to make that dive work after all, despite the health bar lead. Instead, all they get to do is push in the mid lane minion wave. And look, that's a small gain to be had for letting the Zero get chunked down, but Phoenix won't even leave and go back. You'd rather farm these and chug a heal potion.
Oh, why not? Phoenix loving the farm. Top lane, though, speaking of farm, that's going to be a slow wave that's pushing towards Team Liquid, so Lorlo will have a wave to clean up that's got about 15 minions in it right now.
And look at how little Liquid have to care. The fact that Moon is kind of being pulled around the map by Liquid, not even by his own team. Moon's being dragged around by Dardoch and co. Matt and Piglet are safe enough to keep pushing the turret down. They get to sit under the turret against teams that have some engage tools, right? Rek'Sai and Trundle can lock you up a bit and just whittle these turrets down. They're going to do it right here.
And you're talking about how Moon is getting pulled around the map by Team Liquid. The thing is sometimes he has to blind guess it based on the positioning and who's getting pushed in. If he guesses wrong and Dardoch is making an aggressive play on the opposite side of the map like he was just now, they get a turret because Moon's farming topside. There's no 3-man versus 3-man threat at all.
Yep, and Dardoch and Matt looking to set something up here on Moon in the mid lane.
Moon's alone.
They just want turrets.
And they want GBM as well. The knock-up chain, look at the play. The knockback by Phoenix. 2 assists for him into the mid lane. Tier 2 they go as Lorlo 1v1 up against Impact and actually forcing the Maokai to leave it all alone. Mid lane Tier 2 will go down, still battling back and forth. As the time ticks down, Impact's health bar's running low. Another slow coming out from Lorlo.
Here comes the rest of the team, though. Here comes Dardoch.
Conquan and Dardoch and Matt all reinforcing. Impact will go down. Knock up into the knockback as well. Matt just had to walk in to make that one happen. Another 2 kills picked up off the rotation topside. Conquan could not help. Impact was dead for sure. What a huge lead now for Liquid.
Yeah, it's just all falling apart for NRG at this point. TL picks up 2 more turrets, they pick up 2 more kills, and they're just looking unstoppable. I mean, NRG needs to get something done. They're trying to here in the mid lane, but Phoenix is out of there.
There's just nothing that NRG can do. Okay, the first blood was some extra gold, but it wasn't just that. That was a Ruby Crystal for Lorlo. Who cares? The rest of the game was just Liquid outplaying constantly.
Yeah.
Dardoch way out ganking Moon, the 2-on-2 crushing as well.
Yeah, and you're talking about, well, we'll talk about that in a second. GBM knocked in, and then he ends up dead in the air.
Jeez.
Tossed about like a ragdoll. Ragdoll Oriana skin? No.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Yeah, and across the board, I mean, 40 plus CS up for Phoenix in addition to the kills, in addition to the towers. The gold leads, even in these individual lanes, are just getting enormous. Matt is going to have to get out of there, though.
But look at that. That's the thing is, Liquid are under so little pressure that Matt gets caught 1v3, flashes and goes, yeah, you can't chase that. Your summoners are down. There's just so little risk for anything Liquid does here. They've been constantly reinforcing faster and with stronger members here. And they are running this map to the ground. They haven't even had to go for dragons. They're focusing turrets and getting the lane leads. And look, they can get the stats they want them, but there's no rush.
Yeah, and you were talking about that first blood giving them a lead a bit, and then it really didn't amount to too much. It was just the outplays in the lane, especially in that bot lane where Lorlo was picking up free farm. It gave him a CS advantage that he still has over Impact now with the superior lane matchup. And then the rest of the team, Piglet, CSing like a madman. And in the mid lane, Phoenix, he's just picking up both Raptors every time he can, and calling Dardoch to just walk through the lane to zone off GBM.
And I mean, Piglet's on 2 completed items. We have Phoenix on 2 completed items. There's just almost nothing on the board here for Alltech. Alltech is just finishing his first item.
It's so interesting, too, that Phoenix went for the Void Staff second as opposed to getting the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, which we see so much.
I think he knows he just has to kill frontline. Like, he can just go frontline versus frontline, play it safe, and they'll win.
It's going to work out. Definitely an efficient item, and it comes in pretty cheaply. It might have even just been how much gold he had when he recalled. But yeah, I do like the math behind Void Staff here. And yeah, killing frontline may just happen. Piglet, Matt, and Dardoch still pushing into the bot side, and they're running out of turrets to kill, of course. Top lane and mid lane tier 2 are both dead, so there's really only that one spot to go for.
It's the worst problem to have. We're running out of turrets to kill.
I mean, but sometimes it's really hard when you're 20 minutes in. You're like, how do we even kill them anymore? Like, they're just hiding in their base. There's not even a Baron.
Gold. What do we do?
It's one of the best problems to have, but this actually might be a concern for Liquid.
I don't have enough item slots for this gold. But yeah, down bottom, though, they're still continuing to push this out, and looks like TL is going to pick up their 6th turret of the game. They have not lost a turret or a dragon over to NRG.
Let's keep in mind, this is practically a perfect game.
Yeah.
Dardoch died once off being a little bit too aggressive, and a 4-man collapse to actually kill him off. Otherwise, Liquid have just been freaking dominating.
And I mean, as far as next steps, Kalista's pretty good at neutral objectives. I mean, you can actually start to, within the next 5 minutes or so, start baiting at Baron.
Oh yeah.
Like, they can force fights, and how does NRG hope to win a fight like that besides just a miracle 5-man shockwave?
Oh yeah, Azir and Kalista are both really good at taking Baron.
Yeah.
Azir can even take it over the wall and have some support.
But you called it, Azale. The miracle 5-man shockwave. Like, that's what it's going to take here, is NRG hoping somehow that they're at a fight in the right time and getting a big burst of damage. Right? You've got plenty of AoE from Maokai. We've seen Maokai take over team fights. We saw that yesterday in the TSM series from
It's an all-armor team. All physical damage.
Sure. So, I mean, like, this is now harder, right? They're down 10,000 gold, and it's not facing a Zed and a bunch of other AD champions, but there are teamfight champions on NRG.
Yes.
And the Miracle teamfight, I think, is their hope.
Yeah, definitely has to be. I mean, it's just been a complete, like, macro outplay here.
Yes.
You know, it's 4-1, but they're up over 9,000 gold at 21 minutes, right? This is just purely from CS, from map rotations, from taking down the turrets, getting objectives, and TL doesn't have to take any risks because they're just choking them out.
It's going to be a long time till the items could ever catch up. You heard the European analyst desk talk about that. Well, hold on. We're going to talk about Lorlo fighting Impact a little bit more here as he triggers the pass, and it's going to go on an internal cooldown. Now Phoenix roaming down, spotted by a ward while doing so, and in fact, Impact is winning this fight right now. Pops his ulti, but there's an Azir right ahead of him now. There's going to be plenty of punishment. Jumps over, the knockback comes in from the soldiers, right into his other one, and the kill does come through. Phoenix 2-0-2.
Oh, GVM just a second too late there with the command protect, but I think Impact probably would have been gone anyway, and now TL looking to push down mid.
It's a 10K gold lead at 22 minutes for Team Liquid here. Right out of the gate, just showing complete superiority. All outer turrets are completely gone. They just need to get these inhibitor turrets now. And they have good siege, and they have good objective control.
Well, they're going to go for the objective, actually. They summoned an Azir turret at mid lane tier 2 and said, let's go beta Dragon. Sorry, beta Baron even. Impact is alive in 8 seconds here. He does have teleport available and a TP available ward.
They don't see this ward, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
No,
They didn't kill it.
Stacking up. I think
Moon's
they're just
here.
going to finish.
Moon's here. Moon's here.
he steals it! Energy
He's got Baron. You got to be kidding me. But this could still be a slaughter. 2 kills picked up for it. 900 gold picked up for the 1,500 gold Baron.
How many Barons
how did they do it?
are they going to steal?
Just press R. Like, they literally have the best, almost the best possible team comp for stopping Barons. I don't think you can have a better champion in any role for this. But, I mean, props to Moon. Let's be real here. Props to Moon.
Moon just slides in on the Rek'Sai, keeping his team's hopes alive. That would have been the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that would have been game, but it's still going to be an incredibly tough uphill struggle here.
Yep.
2 members dead means top lane inhib is open. Baron buff or not, it's a 3v5.
And this steal may not be what actually keeps NRG in the game and doesn't get them any control. It's going to be just a little bit of a stall there so that TL doesn't have it when they get that top turn.
Yeah, and the Baron power play kind of telling this story.
Yeah.
Negative 500 gold is not what you're hoping to see on the table.
Let's watch that again. Moon already tunnels, so they know he doesn't have tunnel. He flashes in, and then early smite by Dardoch. That was 1,500 when he went for the smite. So Dardoch went for it early, assuming that Moon was just going to do it right off the bat.
I think they were trying to do Smite Ren combination.
Possibly, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
wrong timing.
my guess is they probably just called, okay, usually that's what they do, right? 1500, we both do it, something like that. Maybe the communication was off, different languages or whatever, but
I feel like
Moon,
after
really
3
well
months
played.
playing together, you'd figure out the number.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like pick that doesn't play Callista.
yeah.
But I mean, you're right.
Nerves, right? It's playoffs.
I mean, you're absolutely right. It was obviously a mistake by TL. Props to Moon for getting it anyway. Then now we're sitting on a negative 500 gold Baron power play, active on 3 members. But that does mean that sieging is harder. Like, Liquid have to stop and be like, I guess we'll take Dragon 2.
The thing
And
is,
wait.
I mean, the top turret is down, right? The inhib is open. I think TL eventually, they're probably going to pick up the Dragon because it's free. But after that, you group 5 top, you push in, that's a free inhib. There's almost nothing that NRG can do to contest that as long as you play it slowly.
Definitely agree. Well, Scuttle getting picked up. There's the rest of Liquid. Yeah, Dragon 2, you don't contest this. This is not one of the options that NRG have right now. So, yeah, they're going to be down 11,000 gold. They're also going to be down that 6% AD and AP buff from Dragon 1, as NRG don't have one themselves. And Liquid can, yeah, I think top lane is a pretty easy choice to go for. You're seeing Lorlo already trying to set that one up, battling Impact, who is tanking some minions. They finally die to a Sunfire Cave. Raises the roof, praises the sun, gets stunned up, and now maybe looking to run back towards his own base, gets a shield from Orianna, and Lorlo, no worse for the wear.
Yeah, but it's going to be a mid lane push here from TL, and then they're just going to jump up to the top side as Phoenix.
Ooh, okay, that was actually a shockwave, chunking people low. Piglet down to half HP, burned his heal for that one.
If he finds some minions, he'll be able to lifesteal up very quickly, but
Yeah. Looks like Piglet, is building into the Mercurial, so he does have 2 sources of lifesteal already. He just needs to lifesteal up on the wave. They'll probably let him do that, and the Baron buff is actually kind of helping out here, giving him some more HP, some more lifesteal. So good guy Impact helping his former teammate out.
Good guy Impact. Hoping to keep the minions alive a little bit longer, but in the top lane, they try one more time.
I really like this build from Phoenix. Because he has the Riley's Crystal Scepter now, and he's able to penetrate through Impact with that Blitz.
Oh,
It's
wow. GBM nearly loses his armored shell right there. Orianna limping around now, leaking oil, having to run back now to the fountain and heal back up. And the 5v4, because of that, means the inhibitor does go down. Baron buff has timed out. And a 26-minute inhibitor kill. Liquid's still up 11k.
Oh, man. Energy at this point. They might start talking about what to do next game in pick and bans and what they want to ban out here. Because this is just really Piglet and Phoenix with superior just CSing in lane. It's not something that you can really prepare for in pick and ban unless you get a counter matchup, and Energy will be on blue side next time. So
It's true. These teams, I believe, picked blue side for all of their games,
Yes,
and
they did.
TL got first picks. We will alternate every single time around. It's not what happened in Europe, but that's okay. These teams picking what they think is best. And Liquid just need to reset one more time. Top lane inhib dead. They're in 3 minutes away from respawning, so you don't really want to wait that long to make your next big play. So an inhib turret siege should be next up for Liquid.
Yeah, so it's actually looking like it's going to be the Bloodthirster on the table here for Piglet. Just, when you get this far ahead, when you go Bloodthirster plus Bork, it's almost impossible to die. It's
Yeah,
like you have so much lifesteal in addition to the Janna protection. He has frontline appeal for him. It's going to make it so that he can play so aggressively, and even if he does get chunked out, just 1 minion wave, 1 jungle camp, heal right back up to full, get back in there.
yeah, and the Mercurial Scimitar, in comparison, wouldn't be giving him as much. He already has the QSS, and what you're QSSing on this team is basically Maokai.
Yeah.
And it's actually the sole reason that Phoenix ended up getting Merc Treads as well. It's just to deal with Maokai and make sure that he can slip away even if he gets Flash Twisted Advance. Because they both know their priority targets on this squad.
Yeah. I also think it's one of those things where if it's a more even game, you probably don't go as defensively. You don't get those Merc Treads and stuff. But because you're that ahead, you just know you don't actually need to optimize DPS.
You don't
just
get
need to
damage.
live.
Yeah, I think you guys are absolutely right. It's the risk averse because who cares what my gold efficiency is anymore? Let's just knock it one shot by a Maokai route into the team combo. And smart choices by Liquid and good identification by my wonderful co-casters.
Here comes the TP from Impact.
Okay, here comes the play onto the flank, but they're going to re-engage first on a GBM, gets stunned up, knocked around, and eviscerated. 2 kills picked up so far. Matt Kite's back on the backside. Here comes Impact in the front, but 3 kills now picked up. The flash follow, that's Altec dead as well. Impact, the lone tree, running away out of season, honestly. And might literally be so as Game 1 is going to end. Liquid, sub 30 minutes in completely controlled fashion. First blood, first turret, first everything except the Baron. They're going to close this one out. Congratulations, Liquid. Game 1 of this best of 5 goes to them.
In an extraordinarily dominant fashion, and they didn't have to rely on Dardoch's early game. It was that level 1 that set them up, and then afterwards, the superior lanes for them. Phoenix in CS, eventually pushes it. Vorlo in the bot lane, CSing with Matt. Overall, their macro game was just much better than NRG's.
Yeah, I mean, the level 1 was big, but let's be honest. I mean, this was not about Lorlo in that first blood, right? Impact went pretty even with him. It was about the 2v2. Piglet and Matt absolutely destroying this game. It was ugly in the 2v2.
It was absolutely.
It's what we should be expecting when you look at the statistics, right? That TL, they eventually want that 2-on-2, and they want to crush Altec and Conquan because, honestly, worst in the league versus best in the league in terms of 2-on-2, and of course you want that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, Liquid just played to their strengths, right? 2v2 dominance, Phoenix just playing consistently, farming it out. You know he's going to be that high damage source from the backline. Yeah. It's perfect to have a player like that on a champion like Azir. You know that as long as you farm, you're going to be relevant. There's not really the playmaking pressure on him early game.
Sure, and think about the matchups that were picked into here, right? You had Conquan and Altec playing Lucian Trundle. Like, how is that ever going to survive Kalista Janna? There's never a world where that's going to be good. They wanted to lane swap, and okay, they did kind of, but Liquid played a, well, we're going to fight you for CS lane swap, not we're going to trade turrets lane swap, and then got the matchups back.